Fear is the greatest enemy of success. Think back. Think about a time when fear held you back from achieving something significant. What did that cost you? You got it? Fear is often the biggest obstacles leaders face, and myself included. Our greatest success is often just on the other side of that fear. But to get there, we have to overcome it. We have to move through it. We have to move past it. So, you ready to turn your fear into fuel for success? All right, let's do it. Well, fear is a powerful force that can paralyze decision making, hinder growth, and limit potential. And as leaders, fear can creep in at the most critical moments, whether it's making a bold decision, pursuing a new opportunity, or standing out for something you believe in. This fear can manifest in many ways and creates barriers that prevent you from reaching your full potential. It's essential to recognize fear and understand how they're holding you back. But the crazy thing is often we attribute it to something else. Oh, no, it's not fear. It's analysis. It's procrastination. I'm looking for consensus. I want to hear from my team. It's risk avoidance. I don't want to take a big risk. Or, hey, it's lack of ambition. I don't really need that. That's not really for me. Not a big deal. But to conquer it, we have to be real. We have to know the enemy. We have to call it out and take steps to lead with confidence. If we're going to call it like it is, what kind of fears do we deal with as leaders? I think the first one is fear of failure. This is a big one. It's fear that can stop you from taking risk or trying new things. And leaders often fear failing in front of their teams or stakeholders or their family. And it leads to a preference for safe, but often potentially, we'll say, stagnant decisions or no decision at all. So, we don't take those steps because we're afraid. Well, we'll say it's something else. The second is fear of rejection. And this is some leaders, it kind of depends on background. If it's a sales background, maybe we're a little bit past that. But I don't think any of us are ever all the way past that. It's the fear of not being accepted or valued. And that can prevent us as leaders from voicing our innovative ideas or making unconventional choices. As founders, sometimes we do want to blaze our own trail, but do we do that always? Do we really push past that? Fear can stifle creativity and hinder progress. Another one is fear of the unknown. It's the uncertainty of the future. Leaders can hesitate to pursue new opportunities because they're unsure of the outcome. And it leads to missed chances for growth. And I think about fear of the unknown, and a lot of you guys know I scuba dive a lot. And there's a lot of unknowns in scuba diving, whether it's jumping into water you've never seen before, maybe, looking down into the abyss where you can't see the bottom, or even, descending or ascending, you can't see the bottom, you can't see the top, it's nothing but blue water, and, what's out there. Or sometimes what's out there. It's, do a lot of shark dives and photography. There's nothing between you and sharks but a camera, and so you're pushing them away. But it's really, how do you get past that fear? And maybe it's a little bit crazy, but I remember the first time I did a shark dive, and it was really just figuring out how do we do this? How do I stay calm? How to just be chill. And this is where there's sharks with bait in the water and some other things, and photography and videos and stuff. So it was planned that way. It wasn't just like a chance encounter. But how do you remain calm when there's a lot of craziness going on around you? But it's that fear of the unknown, of jumping in the water anyway, or jumping from a high dive. There's so many different ways we can do that. Just the fear of the unknown. Another one is fear of loss. And this really involves potential loss. It could be reputation, resources, position. And as leaders, it can make us overly cautious. We can be really resistant to change, and even afraid to invest. Afraid of losing what they have. Whether it's you grow a business, for example, you exit, make some wealth. Does that make fear go away? Hey, or maybe you get a funding round. No, I think the fear is probably 10x when you have something. Because if you don't have anything, you don't worry about losing it. Not a big deal. But when you have something big, then I think that fear is a lot bigger. I mean, fear of fear of failure or fear of unknown, I think are big ones, but fear of loss, that may be the biggest one of all. That one, that's a monster, but it's okay. We slay monsters. Cool. The other one I thought about is the fear of missing out, FOMO. And leaders can really feel compelled to pursue every opportunity, especially early on, because we're afraid that we'll miss the important one, the crucial one. And I've missed lots of deals before, and I've got some really interesting stories about that. Uh, but that can really lead to burnout. It can lead to a lack of focus. It can lead to just second guessing yourself all the time. What if I miss out on this one if we don't do it? But my number one tip for overcoming fear as a leader is to build resilience through courage and support. You've probably heard the saying, fear is like an acronym, false evidence appearing real. Yeah, I looked to see who that was attributed to. The earliest one that I could find, the earliest one I know, is Zig Ziglar. And there maybe somebody else said it, but I've heard it from lots and lots of different sources, attributed to all sorts of places. But false evidence appearing real. And the thing is, it's not real. It's evidence that looks like something is there, but it's not real. But here's the thing: fear is a liar. It's not real. It's a shadow. And resilience is like a muscle, and we have to build it over time. It's not something that we can just take our biggest fear and just go conquer it tomorrow. It takes small steps. So it's pushing past one and another and another. And what we do is we start stacking wins together. And you stack win after win after win after win. And then those big things look a lot smaller. It's a lot easier because you have that confidence. It's embracing the mindset that failure is not the end. And I don't even like the word failure. It's a learning opportunity. But when we have those moments, and it can really feel like failure, it's not the end, but it's a stepping stone to success. We learn something new. So how do we build that resilience? Surround yourself with a supportive network of mentors, peers, and advisors who can provide guidance and encouragement. And we need that so much. Practice self-reflection, mindfulness to understand and manage your fears. Look at that false evidence and go, no, that's not real. Fear is a liar. I'm pushing past this. And remember that every great leader has faced fear. But what sets them apart when we think of them as great leaders is their ability to push through it and keep moving forward. Now, conquering fear is essential for achieving success by facing and overcoming your fears, jumping in the water, facing those sharks, looking into the abyss and saying, I own you. You unlock your true potential and transform challenges into opportunities. Embrace fear as a catalyst for growth and lead with courage and confidence. I'd love to know, how has fear impacted your leadership journey? Share your stories in the comments below, and let's conquer fear together, support each other, and lead with unstoppable